I was like, who?
Leave pulled it up. She doesn't have
Lee, we're pushing buttons again. Leave the buttons alone, Lee.
There you go.
So how is everyone tonight, man?
Lord have mercy. I'm okay, I think.
We good.
I am so excited, guys. This is going to be a show that you won't forget, besides the fact that I'm fiddling with buttons.
There's so much stuff we're going to talk about tonight. It's going to be amazing. Y'all pardon me if I cough every now and then because I'm getting over an upper respiratory infection. If I can talk. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah. But yeah, everything's been going good. Retired life is awesome.
Wonderful.
I'm so jealous. So
you would be the B word that I'm not allowed to say. And I know you hear me now, sitting out there shaking your head probably.
Yeah.
Well, see, I don't get that word because I got TV to watch. I got my tablet to play with. I get to do our shows.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. We got a lot of events we're going to.
Oh,
We've
God.
got a lot. So I'm going to I'd say tonight is the beginning of All Access Network on Cryptid Nation's 80s night, right? Because 80s had the best hair. We had the best clothes. We had the best music. We had to go to bed and go in the house based off the street lights. Everything was great.
Oh, yeah.
But the movies were the best, right?
You know what was funny? All right, you posted something today with you and Mama on there, Lee.
Uh-huh.
And had you, I've never seen you with short hair. And I showed it to Jenny, and she's like, she looks so 80s.
No.
I did.
No, not with the short hair, no.
You know who she looked like? Remember that girl that sung Toy Soldiers, Marika? That's who she sort of looked like.
Somebody told me I looked like Phoebe Cates, too. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, that one, too. But you look like Marika with Toy Soldiers.
Marika. Yep. Toy Soldiers.
All right, guys. So we have Matt on tonight, which is a rare occasion for us, and we always love it.
I'm building up to a intro for him. He and I listen to 80s music a lot. And what I was talking about with the 80s, there were movies like Ghostbusters. Mm-hmm. What was that one? The guy was making a big mound out of mashed potatoes.
Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
Close Encounters, yes. All the things that we loved.
E.T.
That we're talking about. E.T. That's right. There's a ton of them. And Matt and I were talking about it. And then all of a sudden, kabam. We are going to talk about them tonight. And we've got actual documentation that's been declassified. Mm-hmm. And we've got people that are coming on with evidence. Not tonight. We'll be showing some other stuff, but we're going to do a roundtable. We're going to talk about UFOs, aliens, cryptids, friends of ours that have seen things, done things we personally have experienced. So without further ado, I shall bring on my beautiful husband, Matthew.
All right. Hey, everybody. How y'all doing?
What's up, brother?
I got a nice intro. Hopefully I'm worthy of it.
You are.
Nice to see you guys here. I got my distance classes on.
Intro, man, because you're the man, brother. You're the man.
You are the man.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
You know, I can say that that's one of my dearest friends in the world. So,
yeah.
What a couple extreme past couple weeks that we've had.
Yeah.
I mean, who would have ever thought? They've talked about it. They've him-hawed about it. Every politician has ever said, oh, we're going to do full disclosure. But what just happened?
Bam.
Holy cow. This is the beginning of some really big stuff that's going on. You know, there's this whole concept of full disclosure is great, but are we ready? You know, is the mass population ready for things that may not coincide with personal beliefs that they had? You know, when you think, oh, I've got pretty much everything under control and I know everything about everything, and then all of a sudden, ooh, you didn't know nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
Just a caveat off of what you said, dude. On the Department of Defense website, there have been over 1 billion views And would you tell me like over 100,000
Well,
downloads?
over 100 million downloads and over 1 billion views. Can
So
you
that's
believe? I
telling
mean,
me people are ready, bro.
yeah,
Mhm.
people are ready. People are ready. I mean, if you could have picked any time in history to do it, now's the time.
Exactly.
Now's the time, because anything happens, people don't really go to news media anymore for their outlet of news, because they haven't trusted it, because it's been so censored and washed and been brainwashed. So everybody nowadays seeks out a different form of information and media. This is the perfect time to bring this to light, because people are hungry for knowledge and they're hungry for accurate information, and they're
Yeah.
willing to go to different sources to get it. And I think, honestly, after the panic of COVID and everybody had to kind of deal with, this is a worldwide plague, and now we're dealing with this, and we all did good. Everybody was worried that it was going to be horrible and that there was going to be mass chaos in the streets, and for the most part, everybody did pretty good about it. And I think this is the time that this information needs to be put out there.
Well,
I think it's that next level of enlightenment
yeah.
as a human species.
What I think's so funny now, dude, is every news organization from ABC to NBC to CBS, Fox News, CNN, everybody is bringing this up now. Everybody. So this is like huge news.
Yeah. Yeah. Something when you talk about the 80s, when we used to go through the grocery stores and the tabloid lines, and we'd see all the stories and everything. And it's funny because remember the movie Men in Black, where they talked about the tabloids are the best place to get the hot stories of what's going on.
Exactly.
But we used to walk along those lines as kids and walk along looking, because they were right at eye height when we were in there, right? So we're walking along looking at those tabloids and all the different stories and stuff. And we saw it right there, first thing, 70s and 80s, we were right there in it. And
Yes,
if you weren't
were.
born, if you weren't a young person at that time, well, I feel sorry for you. Bless your
That's
heart.
all right. It's coming
You
back.
missed out,
It's coming back. We're making it's about to make a full circle.
No.
We're
The
going to make
70s
a
and
full.
80s were cool because, we didn't have telephones, so nobody could film what we did, because that would have probably got a lot of us in a lot of trouble. Sorry. But the stuff we got to experience, like you said, dude, going through. Go ahead, Lee. I'm sorry.
It wasn't me. I was coughing. Gwen.
Oh, did you say something, Gwenny?
No, I was saying it's okay. And he was coughing.
Oh,
I heard a female.
I heard that too, and that's why I thought it was you saying something. Well, it was like I was talking to Lee earlier today, and one of the spirits in your house, Matt, decided he wanted to mock me. I mean, word for word what I said. And Lee goes, "Why'd you say that to me twice?" I said, "I didn't say it to you twice. I was getting mocked."
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we never know what's going to happen over here.
No, we don't. No, we don't. Man, oh man. So this is round one.
Yeah.
So this is round 001 of the release. I think it's unique that they've got 01. They know there's going to be multiple releases, and they're going to, I think, as we digest them, I mean, there's 168 files, I think it was, in this release. And as we digest them and we comprehend and understand them, then we move on to that next level. And every level, from what I've been told from the inside and from just my knowledge of how things work with the government and the DOD, this is a test to see how we react to it.
Exactly.
Right? If everybody goes into a panic and there's mass chaos and churches start revolting and burning churches, I mean, there's no telling what kind of thing will happen. But I think everybody's done very well. I mean, it's been over a week since it's been out. It came out on the 8th, is that right? So we're talking about 11 days now that it's been out. Nobody's gone crazy. Nobody's well, I mean, we do have crazies all the time, but we can't blame it on this at this point, you know?
No.
So, you know, I think that we're digesting it very well. I do know that there's people that I've talked to that have been like, I'm kind of nervous about going to the Department of War's website to look at this stuff. And honestly, I would trust the Department of War's website over any other government website at this point, because there is a higher standard of, you know, the people that put stuff out on that are held to a higher level, basically.
Sure they are.
Right? I mean, you've got UCMJ. If something was put out there, you know, you got Uniform Military Code of Justice that would prosecute somebody if they did something wrong, right? So I think that having that, you know, the JAG background of making sure that what's put out there is accurate, it's not some private somewhere made up, you know, this is accurate stuff, you know, and it's backed up by Pete Hegseth, the director of the Department of War. I mean, the Secretary of War. These are some great folks. You know, these are some people that have painted targets on themselves because of saying, "Hey, this needs to get out there." You know, how you feel about politicians, and we don't talk about politics on this channel much, but you really have to show and have a little respect for the people that have put themselves and their careers and their political careers and their military careers on the line to say, hey, this needs to get out there. Let's declassify it. Let's get it out there. But think, just a month ago, if you had released this stuff, you'd be sitting in jail right now.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, this people, the civilian population.
The whistleblowers that
they
brought out a bunch of whistleblowers that they went after before this was released, and now
a bunch of people
they're making them look like, okay, you're Einsteins,
right? Yeah, you know, these guys. I mean, you and I as military people, we understand it. And Lee and Gwen, as military family members and spouses, y'all understand it. You know, you've seen it. You've seen what people go through as far as soldiers and military and airmen. And, you know the level of secrecy. There's things that we've seen that we don't even tell you guys, you know. And there's a level of secrecy that our family members have to keep, you know, because there's things we can say, hey, I need to tell you. I need to say this to somebody. And you speak it to your wife and you're like, all right, now you can't say anything to anybody. And that's really tough for them sometimes. But, you know, as you know, the general civilian population doesn't understand the concept of how there have been lives ruined for having to hold on to this information and not being able to talk about it and tell about it. Right. Mm-hmm. You know, if you know something that's this big, and you can't speak about it, and you can't talk about it, and you maybe even hear someone else speaking about on this topic and they're talking wrong, you know, they're saying the wrong thing. I mean, it's tough to keep it quiet. You know, you want to grab something, shake them, say, nope, that's not right.
Yeah, no doubt.
But, you know, so it's a big deal. This is a big deal. There's a lot of people that are going to get the chance to talk about this and vindicate it.
Yes, they are.
Matt, think how Bob Lazar's feeling right now. He's got to feel so vindicated.
Oh, yeah.
You know it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you probably couldn't wipe the shit-eating grin off his face right now.
Yeah, he's probably going through the documents saying, oh, I read that. I did this. I inspected that. Mm-hmm. I saw that video. I was a part of that. I was asked about this. You know, I couldn't say anything about that one. You know, it's some pretty interesting stuff.
Well, you know what's funny now? I'm hearing coming out that the government already knew that there are at least 57 different species of aliens that we've had contact with. Yeah. That's a lot, dude.
Yeah, it is. And honestly, there are things, you know, the government has controlled the media for so long I honestly think that there are videos and movies, like you think about some movies that have come out that talked about different species and aliens that we dealt with.
Yeah.
You know, I honestly think that a lot of that stuff was purposely leaked so we would be prepared for these moments. You know, if
Yeah.
over,
Dude, it
you
makes
know,
perfect sense.
let's go ahead. Let's release a few movies so we can start preparing these people so it's in their psyche already. You know, so they're not afraid of, oh, these guys are funny, these guys are cool, these guys are assholes, these guys are great. You know, so I mean, you know, you already understand a little bit about it, right?
Yep.
So wild stuff. Wow.
It's so fascinating, dude, because there's that. I mean, I'm 60 years old, dude, and growing up, I would watch, you know, In Search Of, and I'd be enthralled with the ghosts and goblins and aliens and unsolved mysteries, that kind of stuff, dude. And I would read everything I could read. I think I read Daniken's book, Chariot of the Gods, when I was like 7 years old, and I was enthralled by it. Makes you just wonder, you know. Now it's coming out. It's like, oh, what great vindication!
Yeah,
that's true.
And you know, something that's interesting to me is every billionaire on the planet today that's alive today is either heavily involved or financially supporting space, a civilian operated space program.
Thank you.
You know, so they know, you know, of course they're inside, they know more about things, they're getting that inside track, inside information. So, you know, there are things that they know about that we don't know about, of course.
Well, think about this, Matt. Why all of a sudden we have Space Force?
Yeah.
That's
you know,
right.
just because we didn't want to explore the moon and Mars, no, there was other things out there that he had to make that agency for.
Right. Yeah. Pushing the boundaries, you know, creating that agency, you know, defending our planet from source, you know, from anything that's coming from outside the planet, you know.
Sure.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. And then, you know, when we were growing up, they talked about the Star Wars program, right?
Star Wars, yes.
Designed to shoot down incoming missiles and satellites and things like that. But that system can be turned around and used as defense just as easy. And there was a senator that talked about that back during that time. And even the defense secretary said, yeah, I mean, you could feasibly turn this system that's designed to protect the planet could turn around, you know, to protect what's coming up from the planet back down to the planet could be turned around. You know, all you got to do is rotate those satellites, and now they're shooting outwards.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, and, you know, stray asteroids and comets were kind of the concept of what this is probably what we'll have to defend against. But now we know a little bit more about it. Right?
That's true.
That's pretty awesome.
That's very true.
And Matt, this makes more sense now. You go back to ancient times, the pyramids were built. How did they cut precise blocks and with their skill set and their tools without some help?
Yeah, I don't think they did it at all.
No.
Somebody else that did it. I really don't believe, honestly, that we're the first thriving civilization to live on this planet. I think there's been maybe as many as 4 or 5 civilizations before us that have come and gone. You know, so there's no telling really how old some of those things were and what they were fully used for. I mean, everybody understands that there's a pretty good chance they were used for electricity, you know, just the same way that Tesla was able to build power that would be free, that could be wireless and sent out, you know.
Yeah.
There would be a great transmitter or something along those lines, you know, and you'd build it strong enough to withstand.
Well, it's funny, both Tesla and Einstein believed we were not the only life forms in this universe. He said mathematically it's impossible for us to be the only thing only little rock that has life on it.
Yep. Absolutely. So, yeah, it's some pretty amazing stuff. And when you dive into the information that's there, it's a lot to take on. It's a whole lot to process, but it's pretty amazing.
So Charles says several astronauts over the years have admitted to seeing things, extraterrestrial life, and they've been ridiculed, and their stories have been made into conspiracy theories, and now most of them have passed away. Now maybe the truth will come out. Charles, you're absolutely right.
Charles, you are correct. In the new release, the newest release, the Department of War, you can go back and look at Apollo 11, and you hear a conversation between Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin, and
they're talking about it
in control, and you hear Neil Armstrong goes, "There's something out there," and then automatically you hear Mission Control go, "Switch over to medical channel."
Yeah.
And they released the things, and what he said, he was about a 12, 13 foot tall being coming over the horizon on the moon, and there were several spaceships floating around outside the moon.
Matt, do you think you could play it?
Huh?
Matt has something he was playing for me and Gwen earlier today. Mm-hmm. Do you think you could play that audio?
Yeah, I probably can. Let me pull it up while you guys are talking.
Blaine, it's funny that you brought that up. It's kind of like you're psychic or something.
Imagine that happening.
I know.
He's getting more and more.
I'm like 2 for 2. Last night I told the dude the name of his ghost in his house. He's like,
yes, he freaked. Andy freaked, legit.
See, I missed
Harold. He was like, I can't believe you said that. His name's Harold.
So I already have one. I already have one queued up. Let me show you this one first, real quick.
Right
on. Bear with me. Try not to get drunk. Let me see if I can rotate the camera.
Hey, I wish I could get drunk, man.
No,
I got some moonshine in my refrigerator that you won't have to drink much to be real drunk real quick.
No, I could take a sip and I'd probably be like, hey.
Hey, how you doing? Yeah.
First time I ever had moonshine was with you, Blaine. You brought it to me. And we investigated in our camper. It was me and Matt and you and I don't know who else. And I tasted moonshine.
It was just us three.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was just us three.
All right, guys. I know this is kind of a screwy way of doing this, but
we just need to hear it, right?
11 gigs. Now I want to show you guys this one, okay? So this one is. Can you guys see it? All right. Yeah, can you guys see this right here?
Yes.
Can you see that it's tracking?
I'm gonna do something weird, so just go with it. I'll fix it afterwards.
Don't worry about it.
There you go.
All right. You guys seeing that?
Whoa.
So he's trying to lock onto it and catch it, right? Which is difficult.
Oh my God.
But, when a Wizzo is having a trouble locking on to something that's flying this fast.
Whoa.
Right? And it just blew right out of his picture frame, right?
It blew his doors off. You see that?
Yeah. So these blacked out points that are on these videos are the different, those are the different systems that are on the aircraft, and those are still classified, so we don't need to be seeing those, right?
No.
So,
okay. Yeah, I don't need to see it, I don't want to see it.
Yeah, we don't want to know the secret squirrel stuff yet.
Yeah.
Are you about to do another one?
I think I did something funny with the camera, so go ahead and switch it back.
No, I did it.
Okay, switch it back. Hold on, I'll play it again. Let me play it again because this is.
Okay, give me a second. Hold on, let me do this first. There you go. That way you're the only one on the screen. There we go.
All right, so let me get back to where we are.
All right, tell everybody what we're looking at, Matt.
All right, so that was a video shot over the Atlantic, and it was a craft that was flying. And so the weapons officer was having a hard time locking onto that system, which is your aircraft has the ability to see heat and different things. So you can pick up the radiation, the heat, the electrical signals, anything that's different from the environment that's in, and it can lock onto it. It has multiple different systems that are designed to lock onto it. And he was having a hard time holding on to it and locking onto it. And it was getting away from him, which is very, very unusual because these pilots are trained to track fighter planes that are doing everything they can to get away from them, while the guy in the front seat's doing the driving. The guy in the back seat, he's staying locked on. So he doesn't have to task anything else. He's not flying. His only task is to stay on that target. And he was having trouble staying on that target. So that thing is moving, and what we call jigging, it's moving back and forth, and it's getting away from him, right? It's pulling different angles and everything. Let me pull the NASA one up right quick.
Hey, Gwen, did you get the comments?
Yeah, but I wasn't gonna. I thought Matt was about to show. I didn't want to interrupt. We see you guys. We're having trouble tonight. If you are texting or messaging us on Lee's profile, it's not going to show because there's a glitch.
Something weird. I'm
trying to catch up and see. But yes, Rez, we see you. Matt, tell me when you're about to start. Hey, Rez, we see. Jeremy.
This is I'm gonna make a joke. I'm gonna make a joke right now. I'm not saying it's aliens, but it's aliens.
It's alien. Okay. And then we've got Charles making a comment. Matt, when you get ready for the video, we'll pop it up.
All right.
You ready?
Yep. So this is NASA, and I believe this one's I believe 7, Apollo 7. So let me pull this one up.
Yep.
I think it's this one I used. Yes. All right. So I'm going to play this one for you.
Okay.
Yeah, it's ready.
Okay, it's over to the left. Move it over a little bit more.
There.
As part of the second revolution, we had a reference to several objects that the crew spotted. This was in the area of Antigua. Due to a mechanical breakdown, we did not have that portion of the tape available for you. This was a line breakdown between Building 30 and our news center, Building 6. Since then, we have dubbed the tape off the master tape here in the control center, and we are now prepared to play it for you. It contains references to sighting not only some particles, but as well as an unidentified object, plus the booster. Here's that tape. We'll play it for you now. Loud and clear. 7, go ahead. This is Houston. Say again, 7. Roger. Seven, is that the booster or is that an actual sighting? Say again, 7. You have any more information, estimated distance or size? Understand you also have the booster inside, Roger. Understand you have many small particles going by on the left. At what distance? Roger, understand they're about 3 to 4 miles away. Roger, understand they were about 3 to 4 miles away. Roger. Seven Houston,
were these particles in addition to the booster and the bogey at 10 o'clock high? Go ahead. Roger, what direction is it from you? It's about my 2 o'clock position. Does that mean it's ahead of you? Roger.
Where'd they go?
I hear the crackle. Is it still running, Matt?
It's still running. Can you imagine the conversation that's going on in that cruise station while they're trying to figure out what to say to not sound like a bunch of crazy people?
Oh,
That's what I was picking up on.
So I'm going to go ahead and
Man,
I'm going to go ahead and stop it there.
Okay.
All right.
Here we
So now, you got to think about too, these guys are dealing with seeing something for the first time,
Sure.
They are unarmed. They are not armed for anything like that.
That was
That we know
Gemini
of.
7, right? So you don't have, right. That aircraft they're in doesn't have any ability to fight or defend itself. It really doesn't even have the ability to defend itself if an obstacle gets in the way. So you're certainly looking for obstacle, right? You're trying to make sure that you're not about to get smashed by something. So, one of the first things you're taught, is to, communicate, navigate. Those are the 2 biggest things, right? And don't panic, right? Keep your communication, keep your navigation, right? Tell everybody where you're at, navigate, and fly. Fly the airplane, fly the aircraft, whatever it is. Unfortunately, in that situation, you're just kind of along for the ride. You're not doing a whole lot of flying at that point, But the fact that these are classified. There's no way you would have ever been able to hear these conversations. And these are the exact conversations that these pilots talked about, these astronauts talked about, that they were ridiculed for, I think I wish that most of them were still alive to have some justification. I hate that they're passed and it didn't get that opportunity, but at least it's finally coming out, right?
Yeah.
At least it's finally coming.
And you imagine when they got back to mission control, when they went to their debrief,
wow,
they probably had to sign 500 pieces of paper on non-disclosure agreements, classified, operational security, all kind of stuff that they had to sign and deny of what they actually saw.
Mm-hmm.
Now their words are coming back, and you could hear exactly what went on, which I think is amazing. What was it? One of the shuttle missions was going up, and they were filming out the window, and it looked like an asteroid or a meteor coming toward Earth, and a rocket or something came from the Earth and it shot up at it, and this thing did like a 90-degree turn and took off back out into space.
Yeah.
Asteroids don't do that. Yeah.
Yeah, he deflected and then decided, hey, I'm out of here. Yeah. Yeah, there's so many of these that are really great video and audio, the photos and stuff too. I mean, you're talking about 12.5 gigs of video and audio.
Yeah.
That's not including the documents, 11.5 gigs of documents. I mean, it's a large files to pull in and break down. And it's, it's some pretty amazing stuff. It's pretty amazing stuff. If you get the time, I would look through it. And like I said, I wouldn't be scared. But if you are worried about it, we are working on some of this stuff will be covered in some of the classes that we're working on, and we'll actually do a full breakdown from the military perspective and from a cryptid perspective and the scientific perspective the knowledge that we have of currently, because at this point our science is going to be doing some changing, right?
Yeah.
So.
And that starts tomorrow night, by the way.
Yes.
Just putting it out there. Just saying.
So if you want to put that up there, there's still some room to get into classes. If you want to get into classes, there's some great topics that we're going to cover. Some interaction things that we're going to do.
Well, here's a picture I can pop up. If I can take the banner down here. All right, so we're going to talk about the truth is older than history, ancient aliens, why we're not alone, UFOs are real, and we have evidence to show. We're going to talk about Bigfoot, skunk apes, CIA classified documents.
Mm-hmm.
You can get the tickets on Eventbrite, but honestly, it's better just to do it on Venmo and Cash App because Eventbrite is stupid.
Yep, it was.
That's why I don't like Eventbrite. Yep.
Yeah.
You warned me.
Yeah.
So did
Sissy
I.
gonna listen
You were
one
right.
day.
You would think.
I told her to.
So we're going to switch gears real quick so I can get these out
Well,
of
let
the
me
way.
say one more thing. If you want to take the
I didn't hit
class,
the
if you're
button.
interested in it, get in touch with me, get in touch with Lee. I know Matt's busy, and Blaine, he might have the information or he can get it for you. So get in touch with
I
one
got
of us.
information, and then I shared it out on my page. You can go.
Right.
I put it out on my page today. If you want to go to class, hit Lee's Venmo, or what was the other one you did?
Cash App.
Cash App, yeah.
Cash App.
But if you need
I've gotta show
info,
these.
get in touch with us. It's on our pages. But just if you want to know, just let us know,
What
and we'll.
I'll pop it up in just a second because it's full.
We need the ones that are taking the class. They need a link to either go to Zoom or a little StreamYard where they can come to the class.
Well, they'll get it tomorrow. They'll get it tomorrow.
In that class, if you're in that class, you will get some pretty cool exclusive ability to see, and we'll have some things you can download so you can actually have some of this stuff and some of this information for yourself. And then collectively other information that we put together. I don't know. Y'all just waved. I looked up and everybody was waving. What was that?
Wait, Matt, you already know this. You've been around us long enough. When somebody pops up and says hello, we do this instead of interrupting.
There we go. Hey, I looked up and I missed it. I looked away for a second and everybody's waving. I'm like, what did I miss? Something happened.
You don't interrupt.
Behind me, what's going on?
Well, believe me, I will tell you, Matt, there's something behind you.
Yeah, right.
Matt,
So,
well, I will tell you this: when you were doing the first video,
yeah,
I looked up and something walked by the computer. And I saw Lee, she's sitting on the sofa, and you're like, unless you got up and walked behind the computer.
no, I was.
Just saying.
You saw my super steady hand holding the camera, so.
I know. And I know
Well, do
Lee
you
was
see
on
the
sofa.
lantern? See the lantern on the wall behind him?
Yeah, of course.
It's haunted.
Oh, of course it is.
As is almost everything in this house, so
No, you think?
The whole house. The whole house.
Is
No,
haunted.
no. The house isn't haunted. Just everything inside of it is haunted.
I
house
think
is haunted too, Matt.
I think y'all's whole property on both houses is haunted as shit. The ground's haunted too.
That the house is built on a battlefield. I mean,
Yeah,
how
right.
could it not be?
Mhm.
All right, I'm going to get through these really quickly. We've been talking about skunk apes, which is basically the Florida Sasquatch. Okay, and I had an episode with one, and we were able to experience it all together on the History Channel on Monster Quest in January release. You can go to the History Channel and look for Monster Quest. It was rebooted, and I'm very proud to say that Blaine, Gwen, and myself were on the show. Matt was busy with the military. He could not participate, but he does have a story. Red's saying, nah, your place ain't haunted.
Yeah, it
That's
is.
right, brother.
Yeah.
And my place ain't haunted either. No.
Where's Billy? All right,
No.
so this is part of the House of Representatives document that they wrote in the 70s about protecting the skunk ape. And as you notice here, anyone that's guilty of the cruelty to animals, it will be a misdemeanor in the first degree. Okay? And I'm just going to click through these so that you can see it is a real document. I didn't create it. You can find it online. Some of it is handwritten. Like I said, this was the 70s.
Well, what it's about, Sissy? Tell more specific, because a lot of people can't see it or
right.
listening.
So these are statues that are affected. A section of Florida statues would have to be assigned by the statutory revision and indexing. The staff basically is saying that an anthropod, okay, that's what they're calling the skunk ape, means a resemblance to man, a set of the apes within the apes family, and I can't understand that word, which included gorillas, chimpanzees, orangutans, and gibbon monkeys, resembling or characteristic of the ape-like animal, okay? The American Heritage Dictionary of the English Language. They're referencing that because they're trying to get the right terminology without saying skunk ape. So they're calling it an anthropod, and that it's being protected by law against being captured, molested, tortured, or treated cruelly.
So in other words, they believe that creature is real because they would not have made legislation to enforce that if they didn't believe that those creatures were real.
Yeah, why bother? Here's some more. And to the Seminoles, this creature was so holy and highly revered. There you go. Now you can see all the notes on this one that was released, but you can see the criminal procedure. There are people that were arrested. Do you see this? Okay.
I really can't see it, but I'm listening to you now.
That's all right. So this is talking about difficulties on police officers who have actually had experiences with skunk ape. Okay. Here's a Chairman Rabin, and he was talking about his experience. A lot of police were called to several scenes, I remember, because I was there for one of them as a child, but this is not something you forget. They actually were called out, and these little creatures were being somewhat hunted, and they had them cornered, and the police had to come protect the skunk apes from the people trying to corner them.
Yeah.
Sounds about right for Florida.
Well, I was going to say it, but I was trying to hold my tongue.
So you can see some of the names here. Chairman Haben was a big part of it. I don't know who he is. I remember the name a little bit. And you can see some of the information. I'm just letting you know that this is a full document. It's not like I just created a page. All right. Representative Nakalis? Maybe. I don't know. But you can see even the notes on the back. This is a full document. If you are interested. Oh, go back. Okay, you see the controversy that skunk ape, Bigfoot, Sasquatch, or as I name it, the boogie booger, the boogie booger.
Well,
I've
that
heard
sounds
I've
about
heard it
right.
called the
Yeah.
boogie booger too.
I've heard
Yeah,
it called a
more can
roo.
yeah. So
Yeah.
I've heard of the
it
boogie
said
booger. I've
that
heard
it
of the
was
booger booger.
convincing. So this person stood up before the House and said that he had to have a convincing persuasion that skunk apes, Bigfoot, Sasquatch, or as I name him, the boggy booger, the boggy booger.
Boggy. Yeah, the boggy. I've heard that one. Yeah.
I speak for, as I assume, I speak to the above as I haven't been contacted personally by any representatives about the skunk ape, Bigfoot, Sasquatch, and so forth. But I don't think they would mind and they would like to express our appreciation, whether it be your concern of welfare for the state of Florida. And it's talking about what if it comes in the middle of shopping centers and downtown streets. And it has been a problem in the past, it says. And they're worried about these creatures being molested. Y'all, that's some craziness. So there you go. I wanted you
Well,
to
I guess
see.
it must. If it had really pretty hair, come on.
They might.
I don't. I just want to know the fella that's going to go and try to do some molesting to a big old skunk.
That's like molesting a bar.
That's worse, I
Don't
think.
poke the fire, poke the skunk egg, right?
There's some dumbasses on them bath salts, you know.
Yeah, right.
There you go.
That's exactly what that would have to be.
So there's been over with UFOs, I do know that there's over 1 million a year sightings, reported sightings.
Yeah.
And I want to say that the skunk apes are getting up there. They're getting, skunk apes, any kind of Bigfoot, Sasquatch. I want to say they're up to like 100,000 reports a year that are being
Charles,
reported.
I like you.
You know what I like now? That the government can't say, okay, that was swamp gas, or that was a meteor, or that was Venus. They can't use that bullshit no more.
Not no more.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
They got to tell the truth.
They got to just come out and say that's a skunk ape riding a unicorn, skiing on the back of a UFO. Come on, folks. It's
gotta
crazy.
Say it.
It's all happening.
Yeah.
But, we've always, there's a big poor population that have always believed that, with the inner dimensions that we know they're multiple dimensions. And I believe if this information is coming out now, and many years before this, NASA had already said there are as many as 10 dimensions that we know of that they were willing to talk to the public about. Now imagine if they're willing to talk to the public about those, what are they going to be willing to talk to the public about now? What's really going to come out? And we know they've sent light signals back and forth to 3 of those dimensions. Now imagine you're sitting in your house, right? You're sitting in your house, and if you've seen some of these UAPs, and all of a sudden this light signal comes through your house, this flash of light, this pulsating light, and it comes back. And what are you going to call it? This is being sent by our people to other dimensions. What are those other dimensions sending to us, trying to communicate with us? And how freely are they able to move about, right? So I believe one of the big things that we're going to see is that majority of this stuff that's coming is interdimensional, and it can travel through multiple dimensions. Unfortunately, we don't have the knowledge yet to travel between them, or that we know of, or that's been part
that we know of, Matt.
That we know of, right? But hey, release 02 is coming out in a couple weeks, so maybe we'll find something else out there.
I'm so ready. All right, so here's just a couple of statements about the first release that you're talking about, Blaine, Matt. All right, the Pentagon released over 160 previously classified UFO UAP files on May 8, our anniversary, including videos, photographs, pilot reports, FBI files, and historical records dating back to the 40s. And that came from ABC News.
Right. Yeah.
All right, so here's the next one. You guys were just talking. The U.S. government launched a new public disclosure portal which I would like for everybody to go look at. It's called Pursuit, the Presidential Unsealing and Reporting System for UAP Encounters. And it's to centralize UFO and UAP records for public access, Department of War. So we'll be getting some things from Pursue. Right now we're dealing with CIA documents. Really, this is a tip of the iceberg as to what we'll be able to do tomorrow. So guys, please go ahead and send us messages about wanting to start the class tomorrow. Or, I mean, you're going to be behind the 8 ball. All of this is coming out.
Yes.
All right. I think you guys talked about this too. I'm a little behind you guys. The Department of War stated the releases were a part of an unprecedented transparency initiative involving the White House, Pentagon, NASA, FBI, ODIN or ODIN, Department of Energy, and AARO. And this is from the U.S. Department of War website.
Yep.
I'm trying to make sure I have everything documented as I say this. So. All right, now Matt, this is what you were just playing. This is the one you just newly released records include Apollo era anomalies, including astronaut observations of unexplained lights and drifting objects during Apollo 11, 12, and 17 missions. And that came off the U.S. Department of War website.
All right. Rez has a question.
Yes.
Ready? What about UFOs over O'Hare International Airport in the Chicagoland area?
So I believe that we're going to start seeing a big portion of those coming out. Anytime you have any aviation element, another aviation element is going to be interested in it, right? Always. So if our job as a military is to go into an area and just to figure out what that area is, we're going into another country, we're going to want to know what that country's capabilities are. So we're going to send up things like drones and surveillance, and we're going to use satellite, and we're going to do everything we can to try to surveil and get as much information as we can about all of their capabilities. And, since most of those airports have a mixture of military and civilian in those airports, I believe that a lot of these things these UAPs are surveillance. They're trying to get information. They're gathering information on us. They're just as curious about us, I'm sure, as we are about them. I'm sure they have a lot more knowledge about us than we do of them. Mm-hmm. But, things change, and you want to find out what people's capabilities are, so fly into those zones, and would you do that initially with manned aircraft? No, you wouldn't. You would send unmanned aircraft, these small drone type UAPs you would send. That's the first thing you would send. And then you would send your manned aircraft in to get the additional surveillance. Because a pair of eyes gives you more surveillance than anything else. Watching someone's reaction is a whole lot better than watching a video, you can see the physical reaction of what's going on. So, yes, I do believe that a large portion of anything over nuclear sites, military sites, airports, any of those things, power plants, how we function as a race, as a being, as human beings, is going to be something that they're going to want to surveil.
Sure.
Yeah. So I believe 100% that what they're seeing is UAPs. And does another country have this super advanced technology? Possibly. But just with what we know and the things that we've seen, like Blaine and I have seen, if you can dream it, we've probably tried it, and we've probably built it, and we may actually own it. Yep. Everything you think of that you've seen in the movies, Skunkworks and DARPA have made it. They've built it. They've tried it. They've built it. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
So, Rez, you were just talking about this. I wanted to give it full acknowledgement. You're talking about the O'Hare incident. It happened around 4:15, 4:30 p.m. There were a lot of employees, multiple, from United Airlines, including mechanics, supervisors, ramp workers, pilots, and they saw a dark metallic disc-shaped object. I couldn't get it all on there. I didn't have enough space, so just pardon the omission to some of those words. This is being pulled from 4 different radio stations and a newspaper, so this is good info. The case became so famous because it made the sighting was unusual because multiple trained aviation witness reports from the airport personnel rather than just random civilians, and it occurred in restricted space. And then finally, the Federal Aviation Administration later suggested that the witnesses have seen a rare weather phenomenon called a hole-punched cloud or a fall streak hole.
No, and
they're all like, nah.
Ass gas now.
Oh, for Peter.
And I can tell you, as a former ramp worker on the flight line, we were trained to observe what aircraft were coming in because we were on the lookout for our cargo aircraft to see what we had coming in to unload and unload. We looked at what fighters were coming through. We looked at what helicopters were coming through and any foreign military that was coming through. So we were trained to look at that and be very observant of it.
Thank you, Sean. He says, Jesse, the body Ventura has stated in his shows. If you've seen it, you know who has it.
Yeah.
Thank you. Smart. Okay, let's see. Let's see where I am. I think I'm almost caught up to you guys. Oh, I think this is actually what Rez just brought up. The Wired report. Wired is the name of the media group. Wired reported the new release, the one we're talking about now, contains never before seen military footage showing orbs launching orbs, which drives me nuts. That's what you saw, Matt.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I've seen that too.
He saw that in country. Bright white spherical anomalies, amoeba-shaped aerial objects, unexplained lunar flashes. That's insane. And this one really intrigues me. I got to hear what you guys have to say. We got to stop at this one and talk about it. Former CIA-funded researcher Dr. Hal Puthoff, I hope I said that right, publicly claims there are allegedly 4 separate species of extraterrestrials associated with the UFO crash retrieval stories, and that's from New York Times.
But we've had experience with 57 different types of alien species.
Yeah.
Now, he's correct on the crashes, because the other ones we've had contact with have not crashed. They've landed on their own free will and asked assistance from us, and we got assistance from them.
I was trying to think ahead. I didn't know as much information as you, Blaine, but I was able to pull this together.
There you go.
These are only 15 different types: the Greys, the Nordics, reptilians, insectoids. God, Men in Black was right. The Arcturians. What is that?
Which one?
The Pleiadians?
Pleiadians are very close to the Nordic race.
Yeah.
They're a mix between the Nordics and the Greys.
Oh, good God.
They're very intelligent beings, and they're actually very caring beings. They have souls.
Yeah.
The Andromedans definitely look like a blend between the Greys and something else, because it's got a humanoid face, but it's funky. Oh my God! Hey, here is an alien that looks like a cat.
The Lyrians.
You see it?
Yeah, the Lyrians.
Now,
sorry, but I'm not going to let you guys in the house. I'm sorry. Lyrians not allowed.
Well, I'm going to say, y'all be the house they come to with all the damn cats y'all got.
No, they have to stay outside.
You know, we were talking about, over the past years, we've talked about the Thunderbird. And then we talked a bit about Mothman and how Mothman could possibly be a type of Thunderbird. What if all of them were a type of, now you're going to have to say it for me, Blaine, Avianos?
Yes.
That's a big ass bird.
Yeah, that's a big ass bird.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Energy beings, Blaine. I think those energy beings are what we saw.
I know that's exactly what we saw, Lee. That came through your living room roof, but they never tore up anything.
Never forget that.
Yeah.
Dude, you know how bad we wanted to wake
I thought
you
I
up?
was crazy.
I was like,
didn't even tell
should
Matt.
we wake Matt up? Matt, get your ass out of here. But I didn't want to scare the beings off or scare you to death waking up from a dead sleep with some dumbass yelling at you, you know?
I couldn't say anything. I couldn't do anything. I felt like I was standing up, but I think I was sitting down.
Yeah, we were both sitting down, dude. And I'm looking at Lee. Lee's looking at me. It was like almost we were communicating with each other through our minds. It's like, are you seeing this? Are you seeing this? And they started talking to us, dude. And we both heard them. It was like, that was the most amazing thing.
Few words, but incredible impact. It was. I wasn't going to bring it up because I knew y'all would think I was crazy. I just like, nah, they don't believe this.
So
I think Blaine saw it too.
Let's put a little plug in here. So if this was an interesting show for you, if you enjoyed this, you will really enjoy the Cryptids class that's coming up, because we are going to dive deep into this. We're going to dissect each one of these occurrences and, anything new that comes out, and we will have the videos where you can download them from our school website, so you won't have to worry about where you're getting them from, and it's going to be great. You're going to interact with it. You're going to enjoy it, and you'll be on the cuff of, this is cutting edge information that's coming out, right? This is the tip of the spear, cutting edge information. Granted, this is old information, but new release is just coming out, so you're going to get the very beginning of it, right? And you got two military experts that have been involved in this kind of stuff that can help break down what these videos are and what you're looking at. And then the eyewitness testimonies, the files with all the eyewitness testimonies, and seeing not only what they saw, but what they felt, right? So you can't get that in a video, but you can get that when somebody's telling you what's going on. And it's an amazing, amazing experience. And I believe that the future here forward, what's going forward, is going to be amazing. And I would get in on this as much as I can. I would try to stay ahead of all this information as it's coming out, because
it will affect us. Whether we believe or not believe, it will affect us.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the only thing that concerns me about when this stuff comes out, at some point in time, it's going to rub somebody the wrong way, and they're going to start trying a misinformation campaign. It's going to happen. They're not going to be happy with it. Organizations.
Matt, the deep state's already trying to throw this out the window now. They're going to do everything they can disinformation wise. You know what? Use your open mind. Think for yourself. Don't be a sheep.
Mm-hmm.
And just pick up information what they're giving you.
Right. Yeah, I believe that if you can get ahead of it, you can learn to get the knowledge now and understand it,
mm-hmm.
and then go out and find it yourself. There's 1 million sightings a year right now, the most that we've ever had of UFOs. And how many people even look up anymore? Most people walk around looking at their phone, looking down. How many people are looking up as to what's going around?
Matt, the only way they're going to see if it, the light from the ship blinds their screen. Like, what the hell? Oh, damn.
Yeah, right.
I saw a T-shirt at Walmart, and at the top there's a UFO, and it said "Aliens exist," and underneath it said, "Who cares?"
Yeah,
and that's a little bit what we're dealing with.
Yeah.
People are just oblivious. They're like, yeah, whatever.
Well, there's people that still think the Earth is flat too. So.
Yeah. So.
I did get one of the CIA documents to upload. Let me see if I can pop this thing up.
While you get it up, let me say this real quick.
Oh, that's about Stargate.
Now, this is funny. We just had that mission that went around the moon, went on the dark side of the moon.
Yeah. Yeah.
They've got actual pictures of the lunar lander still sitting on the surface of the moon. So say we didn't go to the moon now.
Right. So just for your information, if you want to see how somebody reacts when they get overwhelmed with things that they were not expecting, go to the video where that crew was taken off that ship, out of that ship, and they were sitting in there they were on a Navy ship. They picked up their capsule. Look at the interviews with those guys and look at where the chaplain from that ship was asked by the crew to come in there and talk with them because they needed to have a sit down with them, because they needed to be able to talk to and explain and get, understand what was happening. So, they may not have been briefed on what they were going to see quite the way they should have, but look at their reactions. Look at their raw footage of their initial reactions. Now, granted, now they've been smoothed out and they've been taught how to speak to the media, but with these releases, they can say what they saw.
Yes.
As soon they'll be able to talk about what they saw. And I think it's great. I think what's coming out is going to be amazing. It will reinvigorate people to understand, hey, the problems that we have on this planet may not be the only thing that's going on. Let's start looking beyond. Let's get beyond some of the problems that we have on this planet that we have created for ourselves, and let's move beyond that. And let's see what's out there. Let's become adventurers again. Let's become explorers, and let's get out there and let's see what we can do to better ourselves as a human race. I believe it's there. And let's work on these communications.
Yeah. I mean, this is just so amazing. It's like, okay, now we might be able to learn from some of these other civilizations of what they, live vicariously through them. It's like, okay, we did all this BS you guys are doing now. Here's how we corrected that and made our civilization where it's worth living in. Maybe we can learn something from that too.
Right. Yeah. I called it.
So you got on the event, when you see the poster is got whacked up somehow. So Lee is going to upload the correct poster for us, right, Lee? So we can share it out again.
Actually.
Yeah, because the one that's out there.
Yeah, it said that Blaine was in the CIA.
Well,
that would crack me up.
You weren't supposed to let that out, Blaine.
Yeah, that one needs to be taken down.
Blaine, that was a secret.
I know my secret's out. I'm a secret squirrel guy.
Yeah, well, we got this pill you got to take now.
What was that movie Spies Are Us? I'm a GS double 1220.
Yeah.
Double 12. I am going to try once again to fix that poster. I have.
All you have to do is go in your original post and.
Baby, I know how to do it.
But it's still there. It's still under the event. That's why everybody's going, what is this? Why does it look like that?
All right.
That's why it looks like that.
All right.
All right, girlie.
What I'm trying to say is I created that, saw it, tried to take it down, went back to it. Facebook still had it up. Did it again. Changed it on even Eventbrite because they're connected. Again, the same thing. So I'm trying again to fix it. I did get my Venmo and my Cash App into the discussion on the event posting for Facebook.
And I've shared it out too, so you can go to my page and get it. You guys need to come to this class. I can tell you, if you've never been to a Matt and Lee class before that we've taught, they're phenomenal with their knowledge, and they're very well prepared. When we do our paranormal classes, we have a lot of good information come out between the three of us, and Gwen too. I'm sorry, Gwen, I forgot to include you. Okay. I got my tongue tied over here. And so I know I've been in the background with Matt and Lee and Gwen on what we're going to teach in this class. It's going to be very important. You're going to pick up some stuff. You're like, Well, damn.
Yeah.
We're going to give you that old damn factor. Let me tell you that.
And those aha moments are going to be like, well, this makes sense now.
Yes. It's like, oh, wait a minute. That makes sense now. You're right.
Yeah. And we are really looking forward to the group. We really love our classes, especially the online class, because people, I think they get to relax a little bit better. Sometimes the in-person classes, you know, you've got to get to the class and you've got to get away from whatever it is. Like me, I wear a uniform every day, so I got to get broken down out of my uniform and put something on and try to do something with my hair and get in there to the class, right? So, you know, and then, you know, you get that one that gets out of hack that drives everybody crazy, right? So I got to get something going, and everybody's trying to get dinner and all that stuff, and you can do that at any time. You know, you can. The great thing about having that online class is, you know, it doesn't matter where you are. We've had people in California, we've had people in Japan, we've had people in Australia, you know, we've had people in the UK, we've had people all over the Southeast, you know, all over the country, you know, Canada. It doesn't matter where you are. You can be a part of this class. And we really love the diversity of the people that are all over the place. You know, you bring that extra, the online class brings so much extra for me because, you know, you're getting a group of people, the dynamic that you may not always get to see. Yeah. Right. So it is great. And I look so forward to it. We really enjoy the class, and we enjoy the camaraderie. And once you become one of our students and you get in the class, you become part of the family, whether you like it or not. You know, you're gonna really.
Prime example. She took our classes, and now look at her now. She's a producer of All Access Network.
Right. Yeah.
Isn't it the truth?
Yeah. I mean, it's amazing once you get once you get in that group and that organization, and you start meeting these people all over the world that are understanding the same thing you do and are involved in the same thing you do, it opens up the whole world to you, right? Sure does. I mean, you get to know people from all over the country, right? We've got students that have become great friends with people that are in other countries, that are all over the world. You know, I mean, it's great.
It's a great way to meet people and to have stimulating conversations. That we really enjoy talking about things, and it opens your mind. It opens your mind to new things, and I guess you'd say more information, things that you didn't realize before.
Oh yeah,
I think it also it's also good to help develop when you study things that mainstream has kind of turned its back on. That unfortunately, you know, fortunately and unfortunately, now it doesn't have a choice but to observe it because it's all up in their face. But you know, when you learn to study things that, you know, are a little bit out of the norm for everybody else, it changes your concept on how you see things and how you study things. And it's, for me, especially even in the military, it has changed the concept of the way I teach and the way I interact with people, for the good, for the better, and everybody said it's for the better. So.
That was Luna. That wasn't me.
No, that was
right
Taterhead.
here, guys.
Hello, Taterhead.
There's Lulu.
Yep, I gotta say hi to my Taterhead Lulu.
Oh yeah. All right, guys. Well, we got to get off here because I got another show starting in a few minutes.
Well, Lee, throw my thing up.
Throw her thing.
Oh yeah, we gotta throw it up.
Well, thanks, guys. It was good being here.
Thank you, Matt.
Guys, as always, you had a million things to watch tonight. You chose us. Thank you for being with us. You guys rock. You guys come to the class tomorrow. I promise you it'll be worth your time and worth your while.
Thank you, Rez. I appreciate the support.
Appreciate you, Rez.
Thank you, Rez.
And then here's the next one. Boom.
Matt, you want this one?
Go ahead, Phil. I can't hardly see it.
If you are a soldier airman, Marine, in the United States Armed Forces, or a veteran, or just a regular civilian, if you have suicidal thoughts, please call 988. You are not alone. Help is available. And if you don't want to talk to somebody on the phone, they have a chat you can go to, or you can call myself, Matt, Lee, or Gwen. And I will be, all four of us will be more than happy to talk with you.
Yes.
Please call somebody, because me and Matt both have lost too many friends to this. And it's unnecessary. And when you got over 22 a day, that's 22 too many. You got somebody you can talk to, please call and talk to somebody. There's always light at the end of the tunnel. I promise you.
22 a day sounds like just a number, but when it hits home and it's in your backyard and it's in your formation, it's a lot. You know, it's a lot. One is too many. And unfortunately, we've had quite a few, and it's tough, you know, on these soldiers that are transitioning from the military life to the civilian life, you know, the ones that are in service, but the ones that have gotten out of service that are just trying to figure out where they fit in the civilian world. You know, it's not easy, and the civilian world doesn't always understand us, but we do. No. You know, we do. There's people out there that do. We're always there for you. And once a battle buddy, always a battle buddy.
That's right. Here's our poster for Cryptid Encounters. Starts tomorrow, and it goes the next day, the 21st, and then the next week, Wednesday, and then the 28th. And we're discussing declassified documents, and we're talking about Bigfoot, Loch Ness, especially aliens and UFOs, but a lot more. Reserve your spot today by getting in touch with us, or you can just go right ahead and click that with your cell phone. Camera is $65 for the class. That one or this one will get the job done. Yes. And you'll see these updates in the Facebook group. Skip Eventbrite. It's stupid. You have a great day tonight.
And if you're not watching this show live right now and you see it tomorrow or the next day or a couple days and it's not, and the class has already started and it's
Contact
1 or 2 days old,
yes.
Contact us anyway. We will catch you up and we will get you in the class. We would love for you to be a part.
Thank you.
Do not feel like you're shut out. All right?
Yes.
No.
Come and join us.
We want you to come.
Welcome to the family. Welcome to the family.
Welcome to the family. And I tell you what, every class we've ever had, they've all become family to us and us to them. So it's not like we're going to teach you a class and say, arrivederci, you know, see you, jerk. No, we stay in contact with you. Yes. We're available for conversations. When you take a class with us, it means something to us too.
Yeah.
And we take you in as family.
Yeah, I had a conversation just recently with a student that was in our class 7 years ago. 7 years ago. It was amazing. So it was great to talk to him. We've stayed in contact, but he called me the other day and we had a talk. So it was great. So stay and get involved in it if you can.
Yeah. Well, get us out of here, Gwen, because I know you got another show.
Oh, we got a few minutes, but I was just saying we need to wrap whatever y'all got to say up because we do have another show in just a little bit. It starts at 10, but yeah.
Great.
So everybody, thank you for joining.
Thank you, Charles.
Thank you, guys. Thanks, Riz. Thanks, Morgan, and everybody watching.
Bye, guys.
Stay tuned for Gwen's next show.
Y'all have a good night.